Hi, what a great place to spend some time walking, taking in this wonderful scenery. It's reassuring to know that here at the Environment Agency, we're fundamental in enhancing the quality of these environments. Managing the environment needs the right quality of information to make the right decisions. Every year, we collect 250,000 samples so that we can understand the condition of our environment. Water quality, fish population, river plant communities. Even the bacterial numbers are all data that we collect so we can understand the state of our environment. Since the Environment Agency was formed, we've been managing over 1,300 kilometres of England's coast that's vulnerable to flooding. We now have the strategic overview of all matters of coastal flooding and erosion for the whole of the English coastline, all 9,700 kilometres of it. This is an important change, considering there are 88 separate local authorities with a coastline in England. As a first step in our new role, we're working with the relevant local authorities to produce maps showing members of the public which organisation manages their particular part of the coastline. The significant advantage of the new system is that there's now one lead organisation in charge of coastal erosion and flood risk management.
This scheme forms part of the overall Folkestone to Rye strategy. This particular section will be defending something in the order of 2,500 properties. The potential flooding here could go back as far as 3 miles inland, but the long-term benefit to residents will be that their property values in theory should increase.
With the Environment Agency working with the local flood group, putting these sort of products you can see behind me into place and to see how effective they were in last November's floods. I have to say the other reason this worked so well is because on the ground there's an action group run by volunteers, local councillors and others, but people coming together, and they get on the phone and they organise people to put the defences in place. And when you pull all that together, it just works.
There are all sorts of incredibly simple ways in which you and I can make a difference. They take very little time. For example, turn the tap off when you're brushing your teeth.
We've got a target of saving 25% water in southern region, particularly important down here because it's such a dry area, and you can see it's March and our rainwater system's almost running dry already. So it's very important to put this in so that other companies, other public sector organisations can follow our example.
L'objectif du projet est d'identifier de nouvelles méthodes de travail, d'échanger de bonnes pratiques et d'encourager l'implication des populations locales dans la gestion de leurs rivières. Il y a 6 domaines et objectifs principaux. Connaître le fonctionnement des cours d'eau et agir sur les résultats de nouvelles recherches et du contrôle régulier des rivières.
The strategy is a 50-year strategy and has been designed to include for climate change in the future. And it's a gradual, continuous maintenance of the process every year.
Fire and rescue services across the UK have been working in partnership with the Environment Agency now for a number of years. In this time, the partnership has grown, and the Fire and Rescue Service now play a vital role in protecting our environment. We provide pollution prevention equipment to help you do this. Because you get to incidents so promptly, much quicker than we can, you can help change the outcome of an incident for the better.
Because together we will stand every point.
I think one of the best things that we've actually had around Barney's Pool in terms of raising the profile and the Environment Agency involvement was when the staff designated their time to one of our clean-up days. It was an all-out day.
Hello, I'm Victoria Ball and welcome to Channel 9 News. There are still concerns for safety of local people living in the shadow of Widdop Reservoir near Hebden Bridge in West Yorkshire.
Because of what's at risk today, over 1.25 million people, £80 billion in property value, 400 schools, 16 hospitals, 8 power stations, 86 mainline, underground and light railway stations and City Airport, the protection afforded is greater than anywhere else in the country.
Mae dyfroedd Cymru a Lloegr yno i bawb ei defnyddio a'i mwynhau. Mae gan bob un ohonon ni gyfrifoldeb i'w gwarchod. Fel unigolion, cymunedau, busnesau a sefydliadau, mae pob un ohonon ni'n defnyddio dŵr ac yn cael effaith ar yr amgylchedd dyfrol. Fodd bynnag, mae yna adegau pan fo'r hyn yr ydyn ni'n ei wneud yn gwrthdaro gyda'r gwerth rydyn ni'n ei roi ar yr amgylchedd dŵr yr ydyn ni gyd yn ei rannu. Wrth edrych ar yr holl broblemau sy'n effeithio ar ddŵr a'r amgylchedd gyda'n gilydd, gallwn ganfod atebion i wella ansawdd a chyflenwad y dŵr.
In this particular area, there's the part of the flood defence scheme is setting the flood walls back and also improving them. It's been a long time since some of these stretches were looked at, so it's improving the consistency of the flood defences in a sensitive manner. We'll never keep the sea out, but what we need to do is make sure we can identify and prioritise the areas that we really need to concentrate on and look to adapt and also to protect those areas.
I went round to the pub and helped them put the gates up, which protected the whole of our road, really. And it didn't take very long between the three of us, the pub landlord, the landlady, myself. We had them up within 20 minutes.
Everything connected with the river and the fields and everything is dear to my heart, and it'd be lovely to see bluebells and cowslips and milkmaids actually growing around the riverbanks and everything again.
Together with our partners, we are working towards achieving these aims in a variety of ways. We are helping to increase biodiversity through building a fish pass on the weir.
We need to make sure that every single pound we've got is spent well and wisely. So that's being the best with our money. We need to make sure that every member of staff knows what they're doing, is well trained, is supported. So we need to be the best we can with our people.
Throughout the week of the June floods, the Humber Emergency Planning Services worked many hours. This work was often through the night to support and advise their colleagues, both within the East Riding and the other 3 councils throughout the Humber sub-region. Officers involved in the emergency and recovery phases found themselves in a demanding and stressful period, often putting their personal and family commitments to one side while supporting the 4 councils.
Well, we got a warning early on in the morning to get prepared because obviously the river was going to burst its banks. We had plenty of notice to do that. We had plenty of time to get the sandbags in situ, and with a lot of help from the community, and also we had time to put the floodgates in as well.